Hi, I'm Joy, and this is my channel Yoga with Joy. Welcome. So this is, lovely practice, nice and, it's kind of quite slow in some ways, and then we do get into stronger postures. So in this one, I thought I'd jump out of my comfort zone and add camel pose, ustrasana in there, because I don't really teach backbends other than a little bit of cobra here and there. So just, enjoy it. And it's quite early on we do the camel pose, camel posture. And just take it easy if you're someone like me who's not so big on back bends. And we just get up into trikonasana and a wide leg forward fold and things like that. But it's also really quite gentle and shanti. So hope you enjoy it. And for wide leg forward fold, prasarita, padottanasana, you could use blocks to come down onto. Otherwise, just come as far down as you want to, and you can bend your knees as well. Anyway, that's enough babbling on. See you in a moment.
Oh, radiant sun, pure consciousness, flaming orb of truth and bliss, remove the veil so I can see, illuminate my heart, awaken me.
Okay, we're going to start lying down. So come onto your back with your knees hip width apart, your feet hip width apart, your knees up facing the sky or the ceiling. And take a moment with one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart to really center into this short practice. So breathing into your belly and your chest and your rib cage, feeling your rib cage expand. So breathing into the whole of the trunk of your body. As the air comes to your lungs, this whole area will expand. And as the air leaves your lungs, feeling gentle softening, contracting back towards the spine. And with the out breath, there's also can be a softening of the shoulders back towards the mat, softening of the back of the neck, and the brow, and your jaw, and the throat. Then placing the hands down by your side. You can open your eyes if you wish. And we'll gently exhale the lumbar spine into the mat. So as you breathe out, the curvature in your lower back will press into the mat. And as you breathe in, your back will go back to neutral, just so it's a natural state. Exhale, pressing in the lumbar spine into the mat. So all you're doing is kind of tilting your coccyx a little bit, really. And then inhale back. Exhale and lift up pelvic floor. So you're drawing up your pelvic floor muscles as you exhale and pressing the lumbar into the mat. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, back to neutral. It's a good strengthener of your mula bandha, your pelvic floor. Okay, this time we're going to exhale all the way up to your rib cage, your lower ribs. And so that means you're lifting up your sacrum and your lumbar spine off the mat. Then inhale, placing your lumbar back onto the mat and rocking back into a neutral spine. Lovely. A couple more times there. Exhale to the rib cage, keeping your knees hip width apart so they're not going wide. Inhale, lumbar spine back down, rocking back into neutral. Exhale, lifting up pelvic floor. Lifting very gently, lifting up the sacrum and the lumbar spine. Inhale, placing each of those vertebrae back onto the mat and relaxing. So now we're going to come up to your shoulder blades. So exhaling, peeling your lumbar spine and your lower thoracic spine off the mat, holding your abdominal muscles nice and strong, your pelvic floor nice and strong. Inhale down, placing one vertebrae at a time back onto the mat and releasing down. That's lovely, good. Exhale, lifting each vertebrae off the mat, peeling them off the mat. Nice strong knees, you're keeping your knees straight. Right up, just up to your shoulder blades. And then inhale, placing one vertebra at a time back onto the mat. And back into your neutral spine. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to move up to your shoulders now. So with your palms facing down as they were before, and making sure that your toes are not scrunching into the mat, so keep them nice and loose, and both your feet and your knees are hip width. Lift up pelvic floor on the exhale, tuck in your tummy, and scoop your pelvis off the mat, your lumbar spine, and right up to your higher thoracic spine now. So you're resting onto your shoulders. You're resting right on your shoulders, and your cervical spine is nice and loose. You've got a lovely lordosis there in your cervical spine, your neck. And we'll take a couple of breaths here, up in this higher bridge posture. And we'll move down on the exhale. So breath in. And we'll exhale, placing each vertebrae down onto the mat, and then release. Lovely, that's great. And draw one knee into your chest and then the other knee in. And we'll have a little rock from side to side. That's great. Good, okay. And then rotate the ankles one way and then the other way. And place your feet down onto the mat so they're hip width apart like they were before. Your arms out by the side. Lift up your hips and then over to the right side about 2 inches. And let your knees go over to the left and look out over your right hand. Really resting here in the twist. Taking some relaxed breaths. The shoulders are nice and relaxed. Breath in. Exhale back to center. Lifting up the hips back to center. And then lift them up again and over about 2 inches over to the left. Great. And then the knees fall over to the right. And you're looking out over your left hand. And rest here for a moment in this wonderful supine twist. Just take it nice and easy. As we're not doing a flowing twist as a warm-up this time, really use the breath to relax the muscles, because it might be the first movement you've done like this today. So the breath can act as the flow, can help keep your posture moving, as it were. rather than holding it static and rigid. So the knees coming back up, lift up the hips, and then back to center. Wonderful. And the knees in the chest and have a rock from side to side. And turning onto your side, bring yourself up. That's fantastic. And coming on into a kneeling posture. So we're going to come into a gentle camel pose. Those who know me and my videos, I don't often do backbend, so just because it doesn't suit my body, they don't suit my body so much. So come into a very gentle backbend in the camel posture, so ustrasana. So bringing yourself up and then turning your toes around. This means your heels will be closer towards you. And then bring your hands to your hip area here. And so your thumbs are kind of touching your spine. And on your next inhale, you're stretching back and you're opening up the chest. So the hands are gently guiding your hips forward. And your chest is opening up and the shoulders being invited back and your elbows are drawing in towards each other. Now this might be enough for you. It kind of is enough for me. But if you wish to go further, you can lift up one hand. So that, for me, that's my right hand, and find your heel. And you can have half camel here, or for full camel, lift up the other arm. For me, that's my left. And then come into full camel posture. And you can keep your head looking forward, or you can gently allow your head to go backwards. And take some deep breaths there. So keeping yourself as stable as you want to, and it's really fine to be back up here as well. That's my preferred position. Take a breath in, and then exhale, fold forward. Very gently, get strong on the lower back. And coming down into child. Resting back here, and you can rock from side to side. So deep breaths, inviting relaxation into the body. You can have your hands now by your side if you wish. Taking this gentle restorative posture after a stronger back bend. Then bring the hands out, coming up into an all fours, so onto tabletop position. And we'll flow into our upward cat and then our downward facing cat, easing out the spine. Inhale up and exhale down, lifting up the pelvic floor and the abdomen. Inhale and exhale. Wonderful. Upward cat. Bring the hands forward a little bit. Turn the toes round and come back into a half downward dog. Inhale, lift up into an acute dog. So that means you're right up on tiptoes. And then allow the heels down one at a time into downward facing dog. You can walk out your dog. and start to walk the feet towards your hands in this forward fold position. Feet are hip width apart. Just allowing your upper body just to hang here. So nice. Inhale, flat back. So you've got a nice straight back. You're tucking your abdomen. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees. Bring the hands up, stretching up high, and then back down to the heart. In Tadasana, lovely. Okay, lifting up through the arches of the feet. Stepping into trikonasana. So that means we have got the right, I've got the left leg back. So you're stepping your left leg back, turned in about 15 degrees. You can soften this right knee, the front knee for a bit. And it's heel to arch alignment. Open up the arms. And as we come forward, we straighten the right knee. And then find your way down. And you will have open palms, if that's the way you practice it. Open chest, so feeling the heart chakra, the heart space opening up. Energy going down to the earth and up towards the sky. Steady, deep breaths. Lovely. Looking up towards the top hand, the left hand if you can. And then lifting through the top hand, soften the knee. And then coming back to center. And you're bringing your feet forward. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, folding forward from the hips like this. Now this is the point where I mentioned in the intro that you could use blocks. So this is the point where you can use blocks. You can place them down here. And then you're exhaling forward. Hands onto the mat or onto the blocks. In this wide leg forward fold. If it feels comfortable, you might even be widening your legs a little bit more, but it's just really up to your body. And either way is actually really good. It's not just about hip stretching, it's about it's really about the breath and the practice, and also about stretching your hamstrings. Inhale, flat back, bend the knees, hands to the hip creases, and then gently bring yourself up. Lovely. Turning the left foot out, and then the right foot is clipped in, so it's heel to arch alignment. Bend the left knee a little bit, opening up the arms. Inhale, exhale forward, straighten the left knee now. And coming into trikonasana on this side. So here again, from the heart space, the energy is moving up towards the sky and then down towards the earth. Lovely deep breaths. You'll be activating your abdominal area. Keep yourself nice and steady. Looking up towards the top hand if you can, but only if you can. Might not be good for your neck. And then gently coming back up, loosen the front knee. Lovely. And hands to the hips, turning to face the front, feet hip width apart, hands at the heart center. Take a moment with your eyes closed. Inhale, arms like wings, lifting up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, tuck in tummy. Exhale, fold forward. Breath in and step back to downward facing dog, stretching out your legs and your back. Lower the knees down, upward facing cat. And back into child. From child, we'll slowly roll ourselves up and make your way down into Shavasana for a short relaxation. So coming down right into full corpse pose, resting here, or of course you can have your knees up if you wish, or a bolster under your knees. You can also take a little moment with your knees in at the chest to stretch out your back, whatever feels good for you, and move down into your whatever your relaxation posture is. And take a moment to fully integrate this practice, allowing your breath back to its natural state, whatever that is for you. Just gentle breaths. Keeping the body relaxed. Keeping this feeling of safety and nurturing and a wonderful feeling of being held while you're lying here. You're completely safe and held. Your whole body can relax. And then either stay here because it's so good to have a long relaxation, or you can follow me and turn onto your side. Gently bring yourself back up to seated. Take a couple of deep breaths to really relax, but invigorate and wake up. After the yoga sequence. And then the hands can come to the heart in Namaste. Take a moment to thank yourself for this lovely practice, giving yourself this time, this bit of energy, bit of input. Gratitude for being here. Namaste. And thank you so much for joining me. It's so wonderful to have you here. So of course if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please do, and you can comment on this video and give it a thumbs up if you wish. And you might have noticed I now have a membership program on this channel, so if you'd like to join the channel for extra exclusive perks, then the join button is below. So it'd be lovely to have you. And lots of love, and see you soon.
Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsavitu Vareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayam.